Yo, check out this fade, yo. So Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz just got announced for August 5th in Dallas Airlines Stadium, something like that. And if I'm being honest, Jake Paul is going to roll Nate Diaz up into a small little bowl and smoke him out. He's going to beat the fuck out of Nate Diaz. This is the problem. If it's an 8-round boxing match, Jake Paul's already been 8 rounds. We all know Nate Diaz has cardio. But Nate Diaz is not a boxer. MMA guys can't box, but boxers cannot MMA fight. If a boxer goes into MMA, he gets smoked 1,000,000 times out of 10. If an MMA guy goes into boxing, he wins 1 out of 10. It's not good. Nate Diaz stands a better chance than most people, but he's going to be 38 in 4 days. He's almost 40. That's like 4 scores and some years. You know what I mean? Like, that's a long time. That's a long time to be around. And the amount of brain damage that man has taken. And people want to say, oh, but Nate Diaz has a granite chin. No, he's getting knocked out in boxing. And in boxing fights, if you get knocked down 3 times in a round, you're done. It counts as a TKO. Doesn't matter. And Nate Diaz gets dropped all the time. And then he just sits on his back and shakes his ass at his opponents. Don't get me wrong, I love Nate Diaz, but people want to talk about how he's so tough and everything. He took on Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards was on a 9-fight winning streak, 10-fight winning streak. Didn't have a single finish, all wins by decision. So when Nate Diaz takes on Leon Edwards, chances are he's not going to get finished. You know what I mean? He wanted a fight with Vicente Luque, who finishes people. Nate Diaz was like, I want to fight this guy. And then as soon as Vicente Luque's like, all right, let's fight. I'm down. Nate Diaz, nah, you're a bitch, bro. I already beat all these guys. I just feel like I'm cooler, you know? I just feel like I'm cooler and like I'm better than all these guys, you know? I'm gonna do an impression of Nate Diaz fighting Jake Paul. Nate's getting knocked out, and it may not be a clean knockout, it may be a TKO. But people are already... When Nate Diaz first left the UFC, everyone was like, this guy would smoke Jake Paul. Now that the match is getting made, everyone's already coming up with excuses for Nate Diaz to lose. I don't want Nate Diaz to fight Jake Paul because if he loses, which I think he will, it just makes MMA look bad again, and I'm fucking sick and tired of that. Boxing looks like a pillow fight. It really does. When you see the size of the gloves these guys are wearing, I mean, where's a pillow? Give me 1 sec. This is a boxing glove. You get my point, though. It's literally just a professional pillow fight when you see the size of the gloves these guys are wearing. And don't get me wrong, like, it takes heart, and yeah, it hurts. And you're getting you get way more brain damage in boxing. So, I mean, it's obviously not for weak people, but you get my point. But anyways, guys, I'm serious. Bet on Jake Paul. Nate Diaz, it's not that he's going to get smoked, but he's not going to win. And it's going to be at 185, and people are already coming out with excuses. Oh, Jake Paul's so much bigger than this guy, Nate Diaz needs to eat some fucking meat and stop being a vegan and pack on some muscle, and then maybe I'll think that he has a chance.